Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to look at the unboxing and review of the GPD Pocket. This is another UMPC-like device from GPD, which is a Chinese company. You guys might know that I did an unboxing and review of the previous device from them, which is the GPD Win. And this time I backed another device on Indiegogo called the GPD Pocket, which is basically a modern version of a netbook. If you guys remember netbooks, they were these small computers that were popular around the late 2000s, and they're really tiny, and they allowed you to, well, they were really slow actually, and really tiny as well, because they ran Intel Atom processors and stuff like that. This one also runs an Intel Atom, but it's a slightly better Intel Atom, I guess, because it's a new generation Intel Atom, the Cherry Trail processor. So should be similar to the one in the GPD Win actually. So let's go ahead and take a look. What's inside here? Okay, we get on this side, nicely packaged, by the way. I'm always impressed with these Chinese companies like DJI and GPD with their packaging. It's very it's not something you would typically expect from a Chinese company to do, but they do that, which is nice. Okay, I get this nice aluminum finish here. It looks almost like a mini MacBook. It's pretty interesting. It's like a mini size MacBook thing. Okay, you open it up and here it is. Okay, it's really tiny computer, and yeah, this thing is small enough. I think it's 7 inches, so it's definitely small enough for you to just put in a purse or a handbag or something like that, and easily fits into a lot of shoulder bags and stuff. I don't think it's quite enough to put in your pocket, but unless you have a really big suit pocket, but it'll definitely fit in like a purse or handbag or something. And this uses the cursor, the small cursor down here, and the left and right click is down here. This is kind of similar to what the Sony VLP did, when you have these two buttons down here instead, and a power button up there. Okay, and yeah, things are very squishy, as you can see, but that's because it's so portable and tiny. Interesting aluminum finish. It really does look like a miniature sized version of a MacBook, which is pretty interesting. If I put like a Mac logo on here, people will be like, what the heck? You shrink a MacBook? Pretty interesting. Okay, we have a screen protector here, nice, and we have the manual here, of course, GPD Pocket, and this says manual in Chinese. All right, and the QWERTY keyboard, power switch, track point, screen, 7-inch screen. Oh, what's very interesting about this, USB Type-C, micro HDMI, headphone jack, USB 3. It actually has a decent amount of ports. Let's take a look. Okay, left side got nothing here, nothing. Okay, so all the ports are on the right side here. And we have the USB-C port, which is very nice to have. Very modern. You can connect almost anything to USB-C, including display out, and USB, USB-A, and anything else really, VGA. Something can all go through USB-C. Then we have micro HDMI, something that we see a lot on Ultrabooks. Starting to see more on Ultrabooks these days, although full-size HDMI is of course preferred. Headphone jack, and one USB-A port. So that's a pretty nice, generous offering ports. It's actually more than the 12-inch MacBook by Apple, which only has a USB-C, and it's actually more than the MacBook Pro, the 13-inch MacBook Pro, because that only has 2 USB-C as well. So this one at least has a USB-A and a micro HDMI on top of that, which is nice. And it's not super thin, but it's thin enough. I guess you can consider it the new 2017 version of the new 2017 reimagining of the netbook. That is a very slim MacBook-like Ultrabook that's been shrunk. It's been shrunk, yes, to a miniature version. Okay, we also get USB-C cable, of course, gotta have that, and to connect to the outlet, you gotta have that as well, the adapter. All right, so that's really it. That's what comes inside the box. Okay, so this thing should run Windows 10, but I want to do a comparison. I don't have the Sony VLP anymore. I actually got rid of that one because I anticipated getting this. So don't have the VLP, sorry about that, guys. That's a bigger 8-inch laptop, but I do have the Fujitsu UH900, which is my old one, and you can do this side-by-side comparison here. And you can see that they're around the same size actually. Both of them are pretty small. I think the GPD Pocket is actually smaller. Yes, it's a little bit smaller in lengthwise. No, I mean widthwise, I guess it's smaller. Is this length? Yeah, okay, lengthwise it's smaller, and widthwise about the same. Yes, and if you look at the depth, that is the thickness, you can see that the GPD Pocket is thinner, substantially almost. Yes, it's substantially thinner than the Fujitsu UH900. You would expect that to be, because this was released back in 2010 and this was released 2017, so they had 7 years difference, you know, to get the components. But anyways, this one is a very old Intel Atom processor. I think this may be a 1st gen or 2nd gen Intel Atom, and this is the Cherry Trail version of the processor. So you can see, yeah, they're both very, very portable devices. This definitely looks newer. I mean, it's got the new island style, chiclet style keyboard. That's all the modern, that's very, very modern paradigm in keyboards, I guess. This one has a very old school keyboard, not the chiclet style. Everything's like pressed up against each other. Interesting design of the trackpads though. This one is down at the bottom, just like the Sony VLP. It has the left and right click at the bottom. This one has the optical track point right there and the left and click on this side. So that's a pretty interesting way of holding it, because then you can just, like, when you're standing up and hold it, you can just do this, right, to play around. I don't know if this is a touchscreen or not. I think this is a touchscreen, but it's a very limited touchscreen here. It's not the same as the newer touchscreens we get with computers these days. But yeah, you can do left and right click here. And here, I guess, when you hold it up like this, you would have to do this, just like with the Sony Vaio. So it's not quite as good. I actually prefer this one better because you can use it better standing up, right? This one you probably have to use, you would have to use when you're sitting down. So yes, so this one's not quite as easy to use sitting down, I guess, because you have to do this. Then it's way better to use with your thumb. So anyways, that's the size comparison between the Fujitsu UH900 and the GPD Pocket. I also have the Sharp Netwalker, 2 of my other ones, and the GPD Win for size comparison as well, so you can see how they compare. I think the Sharp Netwalker is actually still smaller. Let's compare this. Yes, the Sharp Netwalker is still smaller. This is incredibly small. It's really impressive because this is from 2009. This thing is 8 years old, still smaller, still got that singular USB port and headphone jack. Yeah, so the Sharp Netwalker is quite impressive. Let's look at the GPD Win from last year. It's even smaller than that. So you guys can see the size difference here. Basically, it's like this. Okay, Sony VLP would be the biggest if I had that to show you guys. The Sony VLP would be the biggest. It's 8 inches. Then you got the Fujitsu UH900, which is 5.6 inches, I believe. Then the GPD Pocket, which actually fits a bigger screen, a bigger 7-inch screen. You know why? Because the bezels here are massive. So this is a massive bezel here around the side here, whereas the GPD Pocket uses almost the full width here for the display. So that's why, even though this one is slightly longer, it's still only a 5.6 inch. Then we got the smaller yet bigger screen GPD Pocket, which is actually a 7-inch screen right here. And then we got the even smaller Sharp Netwalker right here. Very, very tiny. This is like one of the smallest keyboards you can get. Really, really tiny. And then you get the GPD Win on top of that, which is like the tiniest. But this thing is more meant to be used as a portable gaming machine more than a laptop, really. Yeah, I mean, you can just tell from the fact that there isn't really any left or right click buttons on here. All you get are these gaming controls. So this thing is really meant to be used more as a Open Pandora / NVIDIA Shield replacement than a full-blown laptop. But yeah, if you're going traveling or something, and if you're going traveling or something and you want something to carry that's really, really light and really, really easy to use, then you guys should try out the GPD Pocket, which is currently, I believe, the smallest computer that you can buy, the smallest laptop style computer that you can buy right now. And this is the most recent netbook that you can buy, or most recent UMPC style computer or netbook. And if you guys are interested in that, then go ahead and buy this thing. I think it's really cool. I got this for like 400 bucks, I believe. It's really, really cool. It's very, very tiny, modern style netbook slash UMPC. It's got all the modern ports though. It's got USB-C, as well as the legacy style USB-A, and it's, yeah, pretty awesome. Runs Windows 10 and everything. So, oh, this and the Goal 1. The Goal 1 was the other one I reviewed, but this one is going to be a little bit more useful because the full-blown keyboard in here, which I think is okay. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, look how small this caps lock button is, and that's not going to be the greatest keyboard to use, but look at the competitors here. Look at this. Yeah, I think I'll choose this keyboard over this one. This one is almost insanely hard to use, and if you want to go even smaller, like the Sharp Netwalker, I just can't imagine typing anything on here. It's so small. Yeah, this is so small, and it's so small that the caps lock has to be an FN function on the A key. That's how small it is. So yes, but the optical track point is cool though. This one you can also use standing up. But yeah, GPD Pocket. If you like small computers like me, if you like cool gadgets, buy this thing. It's really awesome, and you can put in a MacBook Apple style sticker on it and then fool everyone by pretending that you're working on a super small miniaturized MacBook in a coffee shop or something, and people will be like, what the heck, did he shrink the MacBook? And you can tell them it's a GPD Pocket, made in China, but better, much better design actually than you would expect. And yeah, that's it guys. This is the unboxing and initial impression of this. Not going to really show you when it's turned on and stuff. It's just Windows 10, you know, but it's, yeah, it is what it is. And I'll probably be using this for my future travels and stuff. It's extremely, actually I can maybe even get it through the TSA and just say it's a tablet. Yeah, like, man, this is not a laptop. What do you mean I have to take it out? I don't have to take it out. It's a tablet. Look how small it is. Can't possibly be a laptop. Yeah, anyways, I'll probably just be using this for traveling from now on. And I think it's okay. I believe the specs are, alright guys, just reading the specs out for you guys. 12-hour battery life and 0.48 kilograms, which is basically 1 pound, which is extremely light. 1 pound is pretty much going to be the lightest laptop with a keyboard that you can buy. And 1920 by 1200 7-inch IPS display. That's extremely high resolution for a display of this size, by the way. Extremely high resolution. 8 gigs of RAM, very impressive, and 128 gigs of storage, and that's SSD storage, of course. So that's pretty good specs for the money. 400 bucks, I would say. Give it a chance. This is the GPD Pocket. And as always, guys, thanks for watching my channel. Like my videos if you like these kind of things, and subscribe if you want to continue watching more. And that's it. See you guys next time.